This is ESBR Boxing. Delighted to be joined by the one and only Mr. Spencer Fearon. Spencer, it's good to have you on the channel for the first time. Appreciate your time. How are you today?
Yeah, you know, I follow you lot's content, man. Your content's decent, man. I call it on Twitter. Yeah, I follow you lot stuff, man.
I really appreciate it, of course. Obviously, we're in Croydon today. Crispin Smith, Richard Riakporhe. Where is your head at? We're just 2 days away from the fight now. It's been announced a long time ago. Are you starting towards one fighter or not so much? Are you undecided?
Simply because I think this fight could be won or lost in the corner. I slightly favour Crispin Smith to come out victorious. Simply because he's got the more experienced corner, right? And if he can nullify the punching power of Richard, which, you know, last time they fought, Richard was more raw and you know, he wasn't as polished as he is now. But I think Richard could bang him out early, like within 5 rounds. But then I could also see Crispin Smith nicking this one on points. So it's a really good fight.
Yeah, really looking forward to it. Just want to touch on one undercard fight, Isaac Chamberlain, Jack Massey. I spoke to Dean White earlier, who seemed a bit concerned, thought it was maybe a tougher fight than the Cizlak fight. Do you agree with that? What are your thoughts?
How was Dean concerned? Explain to me. How was he concerned?
I think he thinks that Jack Massey's quite a good fight. He's been around a long time. It's a short notice fight for Isaac.
Yeah, well, you know what? I think a lot of people are basing it on him losing against a heavyweight, right? When he lost to Parker, because he fought gallantly in that fight, right? But Richard beat him. How many years ago was that? A little while ago, yeah, about 5 years ago it seems like, right? So I can't watch that and think Jack Massey's a good fighter. You know what I mean? He's tough and everything else. And unfortunately, Isaac's not a concussive puncher. He doesn't hit you and knock out guys. But he's a strong fighter though. And technically he's very, very sound. Very, very sound. So we shall see what happens come fight time.
Fantastic. Just wanted to touch on a couple of other issues, if that's okay, Spencer. Deontay Wilder, where is his legacy at, in your opinion? We've just seen him lose his last couple of fights. He's gone from being this massive feared puncher to, yeah, not so much. Where do you see his legacy at now?
Les Brown, the motivational speaker, has a famous African quote that says, if there's no enemy within, the enemy outside can do you no harm. I think where Deontay Wilder is, I think Deontay Wilder is actually at peace with himself as a human being. And I think, so therefore, because he become at peace with himself and he's matured, it's taken that edge away from him. That guy who said, I want to put a body on my record, I want to do, you know what I mean? It's taken away something from him, right? But if we look at his legacy, you got to give him his props, because technically he wasn't that good, right? And that's no disrespect to him, but what he did, he was a one-trick pony, but what he did with that one trick was absolutely magical, because he would knock you spark out. But now, when we're looking at it, we've got to say to ourselves, what is he going to exactly do now? We're not quite rightly sure what he's going to do now. We don't, you know, but his legacy, we've got to give him his dues. The man was a WBC heavyweight champion of the world. So we can't knock him for that. And he held the title for X amount of years. He held the title for a long time. So we can't knock him. We've got to give him all the credit in the world for that. I just think headspace, I think, is at a different place now. And because they're at a different place now, it doesn't merge with him fighting. And I'd rather see Deontay Wilder retire and not get hurt. Because you just took a free shot from a 20-stone odd man. That's going to do some damage to you. You know what I mean? He got soundly outpointed by Joseph Parker, right? Because there's something, it's not there. So regardless that it's not there, he's done fantastically well. We should credit the man for the fact that he walked to the boxing gymnasium and then like a year and a half later he's at the Olympics and he won a bronze medal. That's amazing within itself. He went on to turn professional, he was knocking out everyone. I don't care if you're fighting your great grandma 40 odd times, but you're banging out someone, that means you can punch. You know what I mean? Call it as it is. He's done what he's done, and he should be commended for what he's done. So we just take it from there, my friend.
Fantastic. Spencer, last question from me. It's got a long way to go until the rematch between Fury and Usyk. I know Fury's been in the news for certain reasons this week. After what you saw a couple of weeks ago in Riyadh, how confident are you Tyson Fury can turn things around and can beat Alexander Usyk?
I'm not confident at all, right? I know how Tyson Fury can win the fight, and he'd have to win the fight ugly, right? he'd have to win that fight ugly and have it sound in his mind that I'm looking to outpoint you.
Yeah.
And if the knockout comes, then it comes, right? But Usyk is a very, very strong, mentally strong, and you know what I mean, a very intelligent, strong, intelligent fighter. And yeah, so but I want Tyson Fury to win. I want him to win. I really do want him to win.
Spencer Fearon, thank you very much for your time. Really appreciate it.
Right, what's that? ESBR, right? Massive big up to you guys. Keep up the good work, yeah? Take care, God bless.
Thank you very much.